Good evening and welcome to the Defiance City Council meeting for tonight, March 24th, 2026. Would you please stand with me? This meeting is now called to order. Would you stand with me for the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please let the record show that all the members of council are present except for Mr. Hancock. Do we have a motion to excuse Mr. Hancock this evening? So moved, Mr. Corbett. Second, Mr. Mast. All those in favor of excusing Mr. Hancock for not coming this evening, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Get some rest. Hydrate Mr. Hancock. He's excused. Do we have any liaison meeting reports or requests? And do we have any comments from council this evening before we get underway? Mr. Engel.
I got a question I've had some people ask concerned about it. Probably Mr. Mack can hopefully help me as far as the truck route when they close Ottawa Avenue and when it says they're going to close it the 26th. I don't know if that's still the same day or not.
So I actually just found out today, the closure is not supposed to happen Thursday. It is supposed to be moved to Monday. As far as detours, some of the routes should be posted already, but I know Melinda and Chelsea have been working really hard on the website. We're trying to funnel people into there because we know there's a lot going on this summer throughout the city with closures and construction projects. So they're creating a tab on our website that lists all of the big projects going on, detour routes, when the closures will be, the scope of the projects, things like that. So we hope to have it completely up and running, functional by Friday. So I would tell people to take a look in there. But yeah, as far as getting trucks out of the area, ODOT has been notified. Those detours have started to be posted already.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
All right, Mr. Waxler.
Mr. Mack, the house on the corner of Boughton and Jefferson, we had the issue with the parking and, you know, the one I'm talking about.
Yes.
Anyway, they must have moved out of there. It's a mess there. Somebody needs to go over there and address that.
I will.
I noticed all the vehicles are gone, but there's a lot of left behind.
I will have Kyle take a look at it.
All right, thank you.
Ms. Kaufman.
I was just going to call attention in case you needed a reminder for the prayer, if someone was ready to lead prayer tonight before we started the meeting. I wasn't sure if we had someone present who was going to do that, but we seemed to skip over the opening prayer.
Yes, that no one from the council showed, and so I'll be chatting with them, but we moved on.
Oh, all right. I understood that, but I wasn't sure if you'd appreciate it. Somebody's here waiting to pray, but we didn't call them up. Thank you.
Any other comments from council? All right. For me, I'm sure council read the financial reports and the payment of bills that Ms. Sprague sent out a couple weeks ago. Does anyone have an amendment or correction? In the absence of any objection or corrections, the payment of bills and financial reports stand approved for the February 2026 financial reports and expenditures. Mr. Mack.
I have no comments or anything for council at this time. Thank you.
Mr. O'Donnell.
I have nothing for you tonight.
All right. Well, we do have two items of legislation for discussion this evening. The first one is a first reading, an ordinance authorizing a task force agreement for shared personnel with various jurisdictions comprising a multi-area narcotics unit and declaring an emergency. Mr. Mack.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. So this first ordinance authorizes the city to enter into an agreement with the MAN unit. The task force recently, well, not recently, within the last year or so, has identified the need for a new director and requested that the city assign the then Lieutenant Ben Williams to serve in that capacity. To support this assignment, Civil Service established a new position titled Man Unit Commander, and Lieutenant Williams has been transitioned into that role. This agreement formalizes the partnership between the city and the Man Unit Task Force, or the Man Task Force, and ensures the city will be fully reimbursed for all salary and related expenses associated with this assignment. The arrangement allows the city to support critical regional law enforcement while maintaining some fiscal responsibility. So just ask for your approval and signing the contract.
Do we have any questions for Mr. Mack in these regards? Mr. Mast?
No further questions, motion to suspend and call.
You have a motion to suspend and call? Second, Mr. Waxler?
Hold on one second.
Mr. Engel?
Yes.
Ms. Kaufman?
Yes.
Mr. Waxler?
Yes.
Mrs. Crutch?
Yes.
Mr. Mast?
Yes.
And Mr. Corbett?
Yes. Motion adopted.
Motion to adopt,
Second?
Mr. Engel. Second, Mrs. Crutch. Ms. Kaufman?
Yes.
Mr. Waxler?
Yes.
Mrs. Crutch?
Yes.
Mr. Mast?
Yes.
Mr. Corbett?
Yes.
And Mr. Engel?
Yes.
All right. With that, this ordinance is adopted. Welcome aboard. And our second and final ordinance for the evening. It's a first reading, an ordinance authorizing the purchase of a gas membrane replacement for the water pollution control plant and declaring an emergency. Mr. Mack?
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. So this second ordinance before you seeks approval to move forward with ordering a replacement dome for the south digester at the water pollution control facility. Council may recall that we recently completed a similar replacement for the north dome. For this project, we are proposing to purchase from a different manufacturer, as the company that had done this project all along, had helped design, had helped supply all these parts, has decided they are no longer going to supply those dome covers. So free market capitalism, a new company has stepped in and actually we aren't even the first one that they've had to replace for this company since they stopped doing it. So we would be their fifth or sixth replacement, which shows, I think, a decent track record of getting the right things in place. Due to the timelines for delivery, the lead time on this dome is approximately a year. So we're requesting approval now in order to proceed as soon as possible and get that ordered. This does not include the labor of actually putting the dome back into place. But because of the lead time of getting the actual covering, it would be a 27 expense to get it put back in place. So we'll talk about that at budget time.
Mr. Corbett?
Is there a warranty on this and a projected lifespan?
It has a 1-year warranty. I am not sure what the projected lifespan is.
Mr. Mast?
Is there any concern with leaving the dome uncovered for that amount of time? And what's the dome this is just an exterior covering, right?
It's a covering.
Protector.
Correct.
Now the dome itself.
That's really, from what I understand, that is the purpose of this exterior dome. It's a weather covering, it's UV covering, it protects that inner dome. I can have water pollution control come in and speak more into the details of it, but my understanding is what we're doing is keeping the pressure down within that particular digester to lessen the opportunity for bigger problems.
Mr. Corbett?
I think we talked about this in the past, where part of the issue is the UV rays degrading the dome, and we decided to try to do anything to cut down as much as possible, like a canopy over it, or
The purpose of this particular outer shell is to be the canopy
yeah,
itself.
but the
To protect
UV
the
rays
inner
were degrading that canopy, right?
It would seem.
Yeah.
So I believe, again, this new company has taken the place of the company that has provided us with coverings that did weather probably what we would consider to be prematurely. And so the goal is to have hopefully a better product.
Mr. Waxler?
Is this in the budget at all?
This was budgeted, yes.
That's what I was thinking it was, I just couldn't remember off the top of my head.
Do we have any other questions? Mr. Corbett?
Motion to suspend and call.
We have a motion to suspend and call.
Second.
Second. Mr. Mast? Mr. Waxler?
Yes.
Mrs. Crutch?
Yes.
Mr. Mast?
Yes.
Mr. Corbett?
Yes.
Mr. Engel?
Yes.
Ms. Kaufman?
Yes.
Motion to adopt.
Motion to adopt. Mrs. Crutch? And do we have a second?
Second.
Second, Mr. Engel? Mrs. Crutch?
Yes.
Mr. Mast?
Yes.
Mr. Corbett,
Yes.
Mr. Engel,
Yes.
Ms. Kaufman,
Yes.
and Mr. Waxler.
Yes.
With that, the second ordinance is adopted. With the items of legislation addressed for the evening, that was pretty quick. Do we have any citizens' concerns? Anybody from the local citizens that would like to address council?
Hello,
Please state your name.
I'm Angelina Mojica, and I'm the president of the Latin Community Center. Over the last 2 years, we've had the Fiesta Defiance downtown at Triangle Park, which has been a huge success. This year, we plan on doing it. We're having this Fiesta Defiance at Triangle Park. St. Mary's is having their street fest down at the other end of Arabella. We would like to join the two of them, is what we'd like to do. We've been working with Mike and Ryan on unifying these two events, making sure that we bring in community unity by combining these two events. Those still run theirs, we'll still run ours. But together, we'll meet in the middle and not have any breach in it. What we're asking for, we have from Clinton Street to Wayne Street, Arabella, that's where we'll have the Fiesta, and the Clinton Street extension that runs right there in front of St. Paul's Lutheran. That's where we hold it. St. Mary's will have it down from from Jefferson to Washington Street. We have a block in between from Wayne to Jefferson of Arabella that we would like to incorporate into these two festivals. We'd like to put some more food trucks there, so that way when people are walking back and forth in between the two events, there's no breach, there's no stop, they still feel like they're having part of the festivals. Ours will be Hispanic, theirs of course will be a jazz rock band, is what the St. Mary's always has. And we've been asking for that one additional block to be incorporated into these two festivals. And that's what we're here for, City Council, just to help us put a little bit of a strong arm on somebody over here, you know? We just need, we can see the vision. We can see the benefit to the economy that this is going to give. Last year for the Latin Festival, we had people from Michigan, from Cincinnati, from Cleveland. We've already booked 2 bands out of northern Michigan. So they have a huge following. They're going to come. We're talking to a band in Texas. If we get them, they're going to have a following that will come with them, that will use the hotels, use the restaurants. It'll bring economy and they'll bring more people will come for the weekend and see that, hey, this is a neat place. This is actually a great place to be. And this is what we're looking for. But we see that if we have this break, this one block, it can be like a dead zone. And that's not what any of us are looking for. And that's what we're asking from the city and from you guys to help us be able to make these two events a unified event. I understand that we need to cross Jefferson and we'll need to cross Wayne Street. And there's a lot of construction going on this summer in Defiance. The Jefferson Street Bridge will be closed during this time.
It depends on ODOT.
Okay. So, I mean, it's scheduled to be somewhat reopened around that time, but at the same time, it could be closed. Will that increase traffic along Wayne and Jefferson? Somewhat. But it's one day that we're asking for this one block, and people can cross streets responsibly.
I don't mean to interrupt, but, and just for the people that are watching, what day is this?
September 12th,
September 12th. And it starts in the morning,
yes.
and about what time?
St. Mary's starts Thursday at
Probably about 9.
around 9. We'll start the Latin Festival at 11 again.
Okay. And if I remember correctly, St. Mary's usually goes till about 10 o'clock.
Correct.
And how late does the Latin Festival go?
10 o'clock-ish.
10 o'clock-ish? Okay. I just want to make sure I knew what I was talking about. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry for interrupting you. I just
Oh,
wanted to
no,
make sure that
that's
got
quite
out.
all right. No, we just see, we're working very well together, the two events of us. We're not, by any means, you keep your people down there, we'll keep our people over here. Don't interact. We want everyone to interact. We want everybody to see the benefits of both of the festivals. Bring their people up to ours, bring our people down to theirs, sharing the food trucks. You know, everybody's happy, everybody enjoys a nice weekend in Defiance, Ohio. Okay?
Does anyone have any questions for Ms. Mojica? Mr. Waxler?
Mr. Mack, what do we need to do here to go
So
on
I
with it?
spoke to Angie yesterday. We had agreed to close that block down. The only issue is, Jefferson and was it
Wayne, between
Is
Jefferson and Wayne.
leaving those open to through traffic. So people will have to
You
obey
have stop
pedestrian
signs and a
laws.
light, so.
Correct. So, yeah, we already talked yesterday. We were fine with closing that one section of block down. I think we
Oh,
talked
you
about.
told me yesterday we still had to think about, you had talked to the police chief yesterday.
Yeah, but I told you I was not going to deny your permit, right?
Oh,
You said,
I meant the.
you said, are you gonna deny my permit? I said, no, of course not. We're very
Well,
supportive of this event.
I meant our
And
main
We absolutely, yeah.
That's a little add-on, so that's
I
why.
told you absolutely we would be supporting it, so,
Okay.
yeah, no.
Well,
We very much appreciate this event. It's culturally important to the community. And it's awesome. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. It's an awesome event, so.
Yep.
So you're just asking for us to say, okay, is all you're asking?
No,
know that we
I was
have to
asking.
say
The
you guys to
answer
say
was
okay.
already okay.
Yeah.
it was already
Yeah,
okay.
So-
there was, apparently there was a misunderstanding yesterday, because when him and I spoke yesterday, my thinking was he still had to approve.
Well,
That
it
one
still
extra
needs to
week.
be signed by all of my division heads.
Right,
There's a
yeah.
process that
Yeah,
all
yeah,
permits
I get
for
that,
any-
Yeah,
but
yeah,
permitting.
that we understand.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Mr. O'Donnell?
Sorry, this question just
Mhm.
popped up in my mind. Are you doing like a Schedule F, special
Yes.
event liquor permit?
Yes.
And given his consent for the whole street, would that extend all the way to the Arabella
No,
Street Fest?
we've already checked with the state, and I cannot extend the liquor permit down that extra block. And they'll have their F1 too, right? But they can't come down either, because they're not in Dora. We
Correct.
are in Dora. But we can't cross with Dora.
Right,
so-
yeah. You can't mix the event permit with the Dora
Exactly.
cups.
Yes, yes.
So will people know, like,
Mhm.
I'm going to this other festival, I've gotta either drink it or pour it out
Mhm.
before I,
Right, yeah,
travel
we
down
will
there.
have signs up just like we did last time, that they weren't allowed to leave our area with any beer cans, beer cups, if they poured it into a cup, they weren't to leave with it, and we didn't have an issue with that last year.
and maybe you covered that, I just wasn't privy to
Oh.
these meetings.
No, I don't think him and I have touched on that, her and I
Liquor
have
permit's
touched
their
on that.
responsibility.
Yeah, yeah.
I just say whether the roads get closed or not.
Yeah,
Yep. Stay out of the liquor for the record. I mean, just, okay.
Mr. President, Matt?
Yes, Mr. West?
So, closing the block, but are you closing Jefferson and Wayne as well? Or
No.
are those gonna
No.
remain open?
Those roads will remain open to through
Yeah.
traffic. That was what we had discussed.
yeah, we
Um,
weren't asking for
with the permit,
Jefferson
yeah.
or Wayne to
Yep.
be closed.
Okay, that's, I just wanted to
Yeah.
clarify.
Yeah, we just
that.
wanted that block in between Wayne and Jefferson to be closed. And that, on Arabella, that's all that we needed. And we'll put like 5 or 6 more food trucks there, and some more of the spindle tops that, like what they use at Rib Fest and
Mhm.
stuff, for people to eat off of, and that's what we plan on. Last year, in the little area in front of St. Paul's Lutheran, and plus their little parking lot on the side, we had crammed 14 food trucks into there. This year, we'd like to give them a little bit of breathing space, so we'll utilize the football field a little bit more, but we'll also scoot them down that way. So that way, they're not so crammed in there.
Okay. Mrs. Kutch?
You've already talked to the neighbors that are in that block
Yes,
for parking?
yes, I've talked to the apartment building, And one of the other people that live there, the one on the corner, I wasn't able to get yet. And I've spoke with, St. John's Lutheran. Yes, I've spoken with them as well. And their only concern was they have a 5:30 service for their elderly. And I guess at last year's event, they had a hard time getting parking. So I told them that I would buy cones and block off a section of their parking lot to make sure that no one parks in there from either event. So that way their elderly that attend the 5:30 service can still be able to park and have their service.
And you've talked to the resident, I believe it's 415 Arabella?
Yeah, the one house in the middle between the
Right.
apartments and the house on the corner.
Okay, good.
Okay?
All right.
Of course, they use the alley in the back, and they can park out back too at their house there. You talking about our rental house, the St. John's rental house?
No, the across the street, Mr. Canales.
Oh, the
The
one
brick
there,
house.
yeah, little one on the alley, yeah,
Yeah,
forgot
yeah.
about that one, yeah.
Okay, just to make sure. But thank you for being our guest this evening.
Yep, thank you.
If there aren't any other citizens' concerns, do we have a motion to adjourn for this evening and reconvene in 2 weeks? So moved. Mr. Engel, second. Mr. Mast, all those in favor of adjourning for this evening, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? We are adjourned.